Hi, class. So I got my Donald Duck hat on. So I just wanted to do a quick video since we're starting our finance section. So this is all chapter 3. And so far you guys have done simple interest, which is 3.1. And you use that when you're doing T-bills or anything under a year. That's when you do simple interest. Then the next section, 3.2, and you saw it in the last section also. So 3.2 was compound interest, and then continuous compound interest. So what I want to make sure that you do is that you keep the when to use which formula, right? Because by the end of this chapter, you're going to have 5 different formulas. So these 3 formulas, the simple interest, the compound interest, and the continuous compound interest, all 3 of those are you invest one time. Okay, so it's one beginning amount. You don't put anything else in. You put in an amount, you leave it alone, and you let the interest grow. Okay, so that's that. What I wanted to show you today is where we use 3.3 is future value, and where we use 3.4 is present value. So there's a big difference between the two, and I'm going to show you the differences. And I'm going to try and do this in short little spurts. So the first one is future value. So when you think of future value, I want you to think of there's periodic payments. Okay, so you'll see when you see the formula, there's PMT, that's a payment. That means you are putting in money periodically, either yearly, quarterly, monthly, daily, whatever it is, you're putting money in. Okay, so that's the biggest difference between using compound, continuous, simple, one payment. Future value, present value, you're continually making payments, okay? So future value is, let me share my screen. This is an example of what you will see with future value, okay? So when this is a chart that is out of Dave Ramsey's book, and Dave Ramsey is a financial advisor. He's on the radio, he's written books. He's really good. He's made and lost millions of dollars a couple different times, and he finally figured out what the key is. And the key is you spend less than you make. I know our government doesn't, explain that or show that very well, but that is the reality. So what he did is he came up with this chart. So this is a 12% investment. Okay, so this is an example of what future value can do. So we're investing. All right, now I always like to give this little soapbox speech to my students because you guys have time. Nobody ever shared this with me when I was young, when I was in college. You're starving, you're just making it paycheck to paycheck. Nobody ever talks about, put some money away. So this is just an example of what can happen when you start young. So Ben is our first investor, and he's 19 years old, and he is putting $2,000 away into an investment account that pays out 12%. Okay, now if you noticed, Ben only puts that money in from age 19 to age 26. So if you look at that, that is only 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, $16,000. Is that right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, $16,000. And that's it, right? He doesn't put anything else in. $16,000 of his own money is what he puts in, and then he just lets it build. Okay, so he starts at 19, and then we're going to see what he ends up with at the age of 65. Our other investor is Arthur. Arthur doesn't listen to his teacher and doesn't take this seriously, and so he does not put in any money. He does not start investing until he's 27. Okay, now granted, he starts investing at 27, puts in $2,000 a year all the way through to 65. So 65 minus 27 is 38. So for 38 years, he puts in $2,000. So 38 times 2,000 is $76,000, right? So reminder, Ben invested $16,000 of his own money, okay, from 19 to 26. Arthur invested $76,000 from the age of 27 to 65. Which one do you think is going to get the more money, and how much more? Okay, so this is the chart, and I do have this posted in our class so that you can look back at it if you want, or you can share it with someone who's not believing you. So these amounts, you can actually find these amounts and calculate these amounts by using the future value formula. Okay, so let me scroll down, and you can see at age 38, Ben has $107,000. Now remind, he only put in 16. So he only put in 16,000, okay? He's made that much money. Arthur only has 54,000, okay? So keep going. Ben invested 16,000. Arthur invested 76,000 of his own money. Well, look what happens clear down here at age 65. Ben ends up with $2.2 million, all right? He put $16,000 in. 2.2 million by the time he's 65. Arthur put in $76,000 and ended up with 1.5 million. Now, 1.5 million is still pretty dang good, right? I could live on 1.5 million. You could live on 1.5 million. But look at the difference. Arthur had to put in $76,000 of his own money. Ben only put in 16. And the key to Ben's investment is time. He started at 19. He put it in at 19. Okay. So the idea behind investing is time. Time is going to be your very favorite friend. All right. So I'm going to stop there, and then I'm going to show you why invest and where, and actually using the future value.